Hello everybody and welcome to By the Board again. It's the second podcast that we're making this week. This time it's not baseball, it's going to be the Super Bowl preview. It's the Patriots and the Eagles. They play at 5:30 on Sunday night. We'll start with the Patriots. Rob Gronkowski is playing in this year's Super Bowl. He wasn't available last year because he got injured in a game against the Seahawks. He had back surgery, but he's back again and he's off of concussion protocol. People probably will talk about Tom Brady's hand again. His right hand was injured, and I don't think that'll be a big deal. He pretty much proved it last week, coming up clutch with the 2 touchdown passes to Danny Amendola. On defense, the Ricky Jean-Francois and Alan Branch decision. The last couple weeks, Bill Belichick has made a decision between the 2 players as to who's going to be better. And I think it'll be interesting because Francois has made an impact on the defense. He's forced fumbles, and he's created turnovers and other opportunities for the Patriots. But Alan Branch was also a key part of the Super Bowl comeback last year, recovering a couple fumbles, forcing a couple fumbles. So I think that decision will be pretty interesting because I think either one of those guys will have a very important role in the game. From the coaching perspective, it's Matt Patricia's and Josh McDaniels' last game with the Patriots. They'll be moving on to head coaching opportunities. I think because of that, they're going to give it their all, which I think could play a role in if the Patriots win or lose. Back to the offense, Danny Amendola. He's been extremely clutch in the playoffs this year. The divisional game, he had 11 catches for 113 yards. And then 2 weeks ago in the championship game, he had 2 touchdown catches, including the go-ahead touchdown from Tom Brady. I think Brady has all sorts of weapons, even though he's lost Julian Edelman, and he really doesn't have any solid tight ends besides Gronkowski. But I think the Patriots will still be able to take care of business whether they win or lose. And at this point, their season is pretty successful, going to back-to-back Super Bowls. As for the Eagles, Nick Foles, this is pretty big. He had to step in for Carson Wentz, and I think he's done a pretty exceptional job. He did have a couple bad games, but when you blow out the Vikings 38-7 in the NFC title game, I think that says a little something. Chris Long and LeGarrette Blount both were on the Patriots Super Bowl squad last year, and they'll be important roles. Chris Long was mentioned a lot in the Bell Illustrator. He creates a lot of turnovers, and his pass rush has improved pretty strong. And LeGarrette Blount has a power run, so when the Eagles are in the goal line, they'll probably use him to power run the ball in or run a play action. And that leads me into the Eagles' run attack. They traded for Jay Ajayi in the middle of the season from the Dolphins. And the Eagles have multiple running backs, including former Badger Corey Clement, that they can use for power running and pass catching options. On the defense, Malcolm Jenkins and Fletcher Cox are another key piece if the Eagles want to win. Fletcher Cox is pretty much Chris Long, except on the opposite side of Long. So there's a duel, and the Patriots offensive line will have to take care of that. Malcolm Jenkins will probably be covering Brandon Cooks for the deep ball. So if they take away the deep ball and force Brady to throw short, or I think that'll be very interesting to see what happens there. Zach Ertz versus Patrick Chung. Ertz is coming out of nowhere. Okay, what?
Keep going.
Okay. Should we just start over?
Nope.
All right. Versus Patrick Chung. Chung will probably be covering Ertz. It'll be interesting to see what routes Ertz runs and how Chung is able to cover him in both zone and man coverage. My final score, I have the Patriots winning 31-27. I think just because of the facts that this is the last game for a couple of guys and that it's back-to-back Super Bowls, I think the Patriots will take care of business. And yeah, thanks for joining us. Have a good weekend.